Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I should be live. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Sorry about being a little bit late. First viewer in the chat here, Kaylee's World. Tonight was great information, but the stock price just crashed. What happened? Yeah, we'll talk about it. So that was the first chat. Second chat, KP. Thank you for joining me. Hello, how are you all? I'm doing good. Hope everyone else is doing okay. Not too stressed out, I hope. Elon downplayed profitability. Also, a lot of panic sellers. A lot of people lost a lot of money today. Yeah, so if you have weak hands and you're just in it for a short-term trade, that's what we call some weak hands, and probably sold out probably for a loss today. Math guy, what happened? Our Tesla stocks up or down? I don't see any big change. So I think we're down. I mean, we are, what are we? Let me look. After hours, last I looked, it was like 6% or something. 6.87% after hours, $395. During the day, it was down 5.6%. So Libra Sunshine lost a lot of money Thursday, Friday, Monday. I don't want to look anymore. That's okay. Don't look. This, if you're in it for the long term, best not to look. So we're gonna go over everything that all the main points about Battery Day, and my thoughts about it. What's why the stock is reacting the way it did, and I'm not very surprised at this reaction either. I talked about it on my last live stream. If the market doesn't appreciate it, if the market doesn't get it, I said that we probably could expect Tesla stock to go to like $300, anywhere between $300 and $400. Two card arsenal. There was no blind blowing news and bragged on Shanghai factory. No mind blowing news. All EV stocks are hit today. I mean, overall, the market was had a pretty rough week. I think we did end positive. I think on the Nasdaq, if I remember correctly. Let me see what the Nasdaq ended at today. I think it ended up positive. Had a rough start. So yeah, it was up actually 1.71% today. Stop loss if you're short term easily. Yeah, if you're short term playing this, which I don't really recommend any short term when you're dealing with Tesla stock, something so volatile like Tesla stock. But people are, there's different philosophies for everybody. So $25,000 car. I mean, that's Elon Musk talked about it today during Battery Day. And it's something that I've talked about in the past and on my live streams. So that's where we're going to get to the point where Tesla is you're not going to have a decision whether you're going to choose an ICE vehicle or a Tesla EV vehicle, right? For $25,000 price point. Okay, Bobby Dia Bob, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining me. Lost so much money today. Xeon Junior Pro. Math guy, I don't like this. I'd rather see big drops so I could buy, or a big high so I could sell. Seems like I'll be waiting this week. Yeah. I mean, all depends on what price point you got in. Why do you think Tesla dropped 7% after market? Thank you for joining me. This is one of my YouTube members. Shivan, is that how you pronounce your name? Shivan. We're going to talk about it in a second. DPHC, yeah, DPHC is doing good. I think it's at 20 something dollars, right? $28, down 10% today. But overall, DPHC is doing pretty good. Today, they became 5+ more years ahead on battery. Yeah, absolutely. So let me share my screen with you. We're going to talk a little bit about exactly what they talked about. And I said in my previous live stream, I believe, where I talked about price points for Tesla during Battery Day, and I predicted that if the if the market doesn't really appreciate and understand, then we could see the stock go down to $300. And looks like that might happen. I don't expect the stock to be up tomorrow. That's for sure. Uh, let's see, what did it close at again? 390, what, 398, 390 something, 395 after hours. I fully expect the stock to be even lower tomorrow. So if anybody was hoping to sell on this news, looks like you're going to hold on a little bit longer. And hey, there's plenty of stocks in my portfolio that I am holding because I can't sell it now because I would lose too much money on it. And you don't really lose money until you actually sell. So everybody just relax. You're not losing money. It's all paper money, right? So it just means you have to hold it longer. If you're planning to sell it and turn a profit, you just have to hold it a little bit longer. It's not the end of the world. Nazrul Islam, I'm waiting for a dip. I will buy Tesla stock finally. That's the right attitude, my man. It's like people a month ago, they were like, "Oh, Tesla is too high, man. I really wish I would have got into Tesla. I really, only if it was like $300, I would get in. Only if it was $350, I would buy." And now you're getting these opportunities that you said that you would act on. Like last month when it was like before the split, it was like $2,000, right? So post split, that's roughly about 480. So now you're getting your opportunity. So take advantage of it. I mean, if you're in this for more than 5 years and you want to make money in more than 5 years, hey, are you going to use this money? Are you going to use this money right now? Do you need this money right now? Or do you want this money to grow? Are you trying to make a short-term profit? And even if you do make a short-term profit, let's say the stock went up and the stock reacted like crazy. The market loved the news and the stock went up to whatever, let's say $450, $480. And you sell, okay? What are you going to do with your profits? What are you going to do with your profits? You're probably just going to put it into some other stock, right? I mean, that's what I would think most people would do. You sell it and then you take your profits and put it to some other stock. But I mean, realistically, do you think whatever that other stock is going to perform as well as Tesla if you take a 5 to 10 year outlook on things? Probably not. It's a lot safer putting into Tesla stock where you, in my opinion, you're going to guarantee in 5 to 10 years, you're going to at least, I would say 5 to 10 extra money if you just have a long-term outlook. So I'm going to hold off on the questions. I'm going to kind of go over everything that was announced. And let me see if I can share my screen. Thank you guys for joining me, by the way. 63 people in here. Give me a thumbs up. I only have 13 likes right now, so I should have at least 63 likes, man. Come on, give me some help. Give me some likes. Really helps out the channel, and appreciate it very much. Had a pretty long day today. I was at work, trying to work and listen to the Battery Day, and then all the way on the drive home, and then listen at home. Then just put my kids to sleep about 10 minutes ago. So they were very active, put them to sleep. And so now it's a little bit of me time. And I want to share some of my thoughts with you guys on Battery Day. So a little tired, but let's talk about it. So let me share my screen with you. Let's see. There you go. Should be able to see that. So this is from The Verge. It's a Battery Day announcement. So these are really the main points. I mean, I think one of the biggest points is this $25,000 car, right? I talked about this $25,000 car. Elon Musk did talk about it in the past. And I've talked about it also, the $25,000 car. I mean, the most common vehicle in the United States is the Toyota Camry. And that's about a $25,000 car. That's the most sold vehicle in the United States. And you really got to get that price point down to $25,000 in order to be mass market, in order to change the world, in order to change everybody's mind, in order to really, really mass expand Tesla's name, Tesla's vehicles. You have to get to this $25,000 price point where it becomes a no-brainer for somebody to choose a Tesla vehicle over a Toyota Corolla, Honda Accord, Honda Civic, whatever, right? You really got to get to this $25,000 price point. That's when you're mass market, and so that is a very, very big deal. And there's no way that you can get to a $25,000 EV vehicle if you don't bring down the price of the battery. Currently, Tesla battery is about $12,000 ish, about just for the battery, right? Depending on what how big the battery is, anywhere from like $10,000 to $12,000 is just the battery. Is the absolute the most expensive part of the car. So you have to bring down the cost of the battery in order to get to this $25,000 vehicle. So they talked a lot about, they pretty much geeked out about the battery cells. And I know a lot of people aren't going to appreciate it. The market is going to appreciate it. You think the suits over there in Wall Street are going to understand these tabless batteries, this 4860, this larger cell that's 6 times more powerful, increasing the range by 16%. These fund managers, they don't give a crap about that. They don't have any idea what this means. And that is the time when, if you do a little bit of research and you see further out than 3 months into the future, that's when people like this guy right over here, Bei Gao, bought another 100 shares. That's when you make the money. You don't make any money when Wall Street, the suits over there at Wall Street, the fund managers over there, they get it as well. If they get it, then they're going to pump up the stock. And today it would have been a $500 stock if the people over there on Wall Street were getting it, were understanding this. So take this as an opportunity. The people on Wall Street are not understanding what was just presented to them, and be like this guy, Bei Gao, that was taking the opportunity to pick up more shares. All right, so anyway, this tabless battery, and basically it's going to be easier to manufacture, less cost to manufacture. It's going to have 6 times the energy density. It's going to be basically faster and easier to manufacture, right? Also, it will increase range by roughly 16%. Also, they announced the Plaid Model S, 139,000, which will be available next year. So that's already available on their website. Let me see. I had that up. Where is that? There you go. Plaid Model S, absolutely the fastest production car, 520 plus miles of range, and 200-mile top speed, 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds, and does the quarter mile at I believe they said under 9 seconds. So basically just blew Lucid Air's numbers out of the water, right? Lucid Air Dream Edition, 503 miles of range. So we're already above that. 517 for the Grand Touring. So the Lucid Air Dream Edition, we have a $170,000 price tag. So the same price tag as the Plaid Model S, $139,000. We're talking about this Air Grand Touring. So 800 horsepower versus the Plaid Model S as I believe it was over 1,000 horsepower. I think it was 1,100 horsepower, and range was 517 on the Lucid Air Grand Touring. We're pushing over 520 on the Model S. So definitely a cheaper price point, and for a much better performing car. Plus, with Tesla, you got the Tesla supercharger network, which you don't have a massive charging network on the Lucid Air. So, in my opinion, the performance is outperforming the Lucid, even outperforming their $170,000 Lucid Dream Edition. So no, that is the Plaid Model S. There it goes, 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. And it doesn't say here, but I believe they did say the quarter mile time was under 9 seconds. New cathode plant. So building their new battery plant. Most likely is going to be in Austin, where they're going to probably put the new batteries manufacture new battery cells. No more cobalt, and $25,000 vehicle right there. So I want to talk about the $25,000 vehicle, right? So this is a mock-up. Nobody knows what the vehicle looks like. I don't think anybody knows what the vehicle is. But $25,000 vehicle is going to be the mass market. It's going to be the point where no one's in the right mind would choose a Corolla or a Camry over an EV. So Elon Musk, yesterday kind of wanted to bring expectations down a little bit, and he had this tweet out, right? Important note about Tesla Battery Day unveiled tomorrow. The effects are long-term production, especially for semi, roadster, Cybertruck. But what we announced will not reach serious high volume production until 2022. So I think when this tweet was released yesterday, the stock already started falling because basically Elon Musk is saying, "Hey guys, calm down. What we're announcing is how we're going to mass produce into the future. It's not that we're gonna have a $25,000 car tomorrow. It's not like we're gonna release the Plaid Model S tomorrow. We're not gonna have these battery cells coming into the vehicles tomorrow, right?" It was a battery and battery investor day. It's not saying, "Hey, this is what we're doing tomorrow. Calm down. This is our roadmap to how we are going to secure our future for the next 5-10 years." So he kind of came onto Twitter and kind of tampered down expectations, and that's what caused the stock to fall starting yesterday, basically overnight, right? Last night. And then the stock price, where is my, there you go, started falling even last night into today, down 5%, and then overnight, when people kind of realized basically what he tweeted the night before was true. It's like, everybody in the market wants something now. They want it now. They want it right now. There's no patience in the market. Nobody has any patience. Everyone just wants everything right now. So I think when the market was like, wait a minute, this is not coming out till 2022. You're not going to have this battery in mass production until a year and a half, 2 years. And that's what the market doesn't understand. Everybody in the market is just so short-term focused. What are you going to do for me this quarter, right? So I think that's why the stock is down. That's the only reason, is because everyone expected something to happen like yesterday, right now, or the very next day. And that's not what Battery Day was. Battery Day was talking about how they're going to secure batteries for the next 5 years, 10 years. But I wished that he would have put the Plaid Model S on stage, or like show the Plaid Model S. I think that the stock would have done a little bit better to physically see the Plaid Model S. But it is what it is. They didn't show it on the stage. But so everybody is I guess some short-term weekends, or expecting some news that something would happen the very next day, that they're going to release something, or and the stock didn't do that. So let me scroll through the chats again. Downward turn brings more opportunity to buy for long term. Yeah, I mean, guys, I hope you guys realize that the stock has been up in the last 3 months over 100%. Year to date, it was up 407%, and 1 year up 850%. So I mean, what do you expect? What more do you want from the stock? You're like trying to squeeze blood out of a lemon is what some people are acting like. It's like, oh, they're expecting another 100% gain in the next month. I mean, temper your expectations. Uh, I mean, if you bought in at the all-time highs of like $450, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until at least when at least when the Cybertruck comes out. I mean, come on, give me a break. So, all right, let me scroll through the chats. Give some shout outs. Give me this, some thumbs up if you appreciate me going through over this battery day. Tesla tanks. All EV companies tank regardless of those EV companies have good news. I mean, yeah, I mean the EV sector has been going down in the past few days. Song says, I drive a Camry since 2006 and won't change unless it's an EV. Yeah, man, I'm driving a beat down Toyota Prius. Has like 110,000 miles, I think, on my Prius. And I mean, there's no point in me changing that vehicle. I'm gonna wait until that my Cybertruck comes in. So yeah, it is what it is. Hi Sheen, our portfolio split in I'm not sure. Split in AH. Oh, after hours you're talking about? Split in after hours? You mean your portfolio is like down after hours? I'm assuming what you're trying to say. Jesse Rodriguez, appreciate that. Thank you very much. Peter Lee, Tesla will tank more. Yeah, I think Tesla will be down. Shoot, I don't know, man. It could be down another 10% tomorrow. Who knows? I for sure don't think it's going to be up tomorrow. That's for sure. Let me bring that up just to show that. So I don't think he will he blew anyone's mind. Well, you know, if you don't appreciate what they're doing with their battery, I mean, they're essentially, I mean, who else has redesigned and just remade the battery? You know, like nobody else is doing that. It's like, do you think Ford, GM, anybody, Toyota is remaking batteries? Nobody is doing what Tesla is doing. So, I mean, if you look at it from an aspect where Tesla is really taking their own future into their own hands by creating this battery, and not only creating this battery, but creating a process to mass manufacture this battery. You know, that's massive, and that's the key for mass adoption. That's the key where you're going to get a $25,000 vehicle. You know, that is massive. It's just that it's not happening now. That's what the problem. That's what the market has. The market has this problem is, I want this now. I want this $25,000 Tesla now. You know, I don't want it in 3 years. I don't have patience to wait 3 years, and that's why the market is acting the way it is. Two card Arsenal says, but honestly, how many of us will or can pay $139 for a Tesla vehicle? It is a ton of fluff that the majority of Americans cannot afford. Not trying to be negative, but just keeping it real. Yeah, I mean, the Tesla Plaid Model S is not for everybody, right? I mean, the Plaid powertrain, you know, it is going to be in their higher end vehicles, the Model S, Model X, Roadster. So yeah, it's not for. I mean, that's not for everybody. But the reason why, you know, they're going to have that, but they're also making these massive gains in battery technology so they could bring you the $25,000 Model 2, right? Martin Edmondson, this trigger to the market to slip back and snowball in a drastic correction tomorrow. Oh, is this a trigger? Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think Tesla is going to be down tomorrow. So tomorrow, in my opinion, is a great buying day if you wanted to lower your cost per basis, and if you weren't in Tesla, it's definitely a good. Tomorrow will probably be a good day to buy. Uh, Israel Ramos, Elon needs to not set expectations so high. Mind blowing. Yeah, well, Elon Musk is in a predicament, right? I mean, he he can't he can't come out and say, look, guys, we have this coming out. We have the Model 2. It's going to be a $25,000 car. We're already working on it. It's going to be out in whatever 2022. We're going to have this out in next year. We're going to have these new batteries out, in 6 months or whatever. He can't come out and say that, because if you know that, you're gonna stop people from ordering vehicles, right? I mean, if you know in 6 months or in 12 months, they're going to have this new battery that's going to last longer, it's going to do all this, you're not going to buy the Tesla that's available now. And so as a company, you can't have that happen. You need people to continue to order what you have now and not wait for the next thing. So as the CEO, and I mean, he, of course, he's super excited about everything that's down the line that he has not talked about, but he can't talk about it, because if he does, it's going to be the Osborne effect, where you're just going to wait until the next new thing comes out, and you're not going to buy, what's available. So he's in that predicament. So he can't ramp things up and like talk about all these things, because people won't buy what's available now. I was told it would be insane. I beg to differ. So yeah, like I said, uh, you know, the million mile battery. There was no talk about the million mile battery, but I mean, if you, uh, I mean, he's not going to say the million mile battery, because I think number one, it would just make it too exciting, and people would not buy their current cars now. But I think if you do the math on their new battery, if it's whatever it was, 16 times more efficient, and whatever it was, I think 6 times the volume. Like, if you really sit down and do the math, that is a million mile battery, right? But he just didn't say million mile battery. So that was number one. He kind of downplayed the vehicle to grid. So who knows if that's going to happen? But he didn't talk about anything about like virtual power plants, anything like that. So he's not going to talk about everything, because, like I said, he doesn't want people to stop buying what they have available right now. So, like I said, yeah, KP understands it. $25,000 for a EV vehicle, uh, for a Tesla, that is pretty mind blowing. 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds, to me, is pretty mind blowing. This 520 mile range on this performance tri motor, 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds, quarter mile in less than 9 seconds. To me, that's pretty mind blowing. All right. Let me just scroll through some more chats. Sensei, what's up? Thank you for joining me. Do you think Tesla will recover within a week or so? I have monthly call options that's probably bleeding big time. Should I hold on to it? I mean, who knows? The only next thing is the Q3 numbers, right? So that's the only other news that's going to come out. So I don't know when your call options are, but I expect the stock to go down even more tomorrow, probably into the 300s, lower 300s is my guess. So, well, to me, it's a great opportunity to buy. So just going through your chats. So, anyways, let me see. Yeah. So I want to. Here's my portfolio, guys. I understand everybody is down, right? So I mean, I just to show you that you're not the only one. Let's see. So, no, I have a pretty good cost basis on it. Actually, this doesn't show my overall cost basis, but my cost basis is anywhere from 100 to shoot. I have to do the math. Let me see. Yeah, anywhere from about 100-ish to 280 is my average cost basis. So today, just on Tesla, I am down $7,000, right? So I don't know how I could look if it was just longer, a 5-day period. But anyways, but I mean, you still look at this. The orange line is the S&P 500, right? S&P 500 is uh, down here at 7.56%, about 8%. The light blue line is Tesla stock, so that's up at 115%. That's for the last 90 days, actually. So, let's go this year. So, if you look on a year basis, Tesla stock is way outperforming anything else, right? Tesla stock, for me, is up 392%. The S&P 500 is at 2.62%. So, what more do you want? If you have any long term outlook on this, you're going to be fine. So, my opinion is, guys, that you know you should never be playing. In my opinion, you shouldn't be doing short-term trading on Tesla stock, just because there's always so much hype. There's always so much news on it. There's so many people covering Tesla stock. So you should never really be trying to outplay the stock, and trying to buy the rumor and sell the news, because you never know what the news is, and you never know, because there's so much people reporting on the news, and it's always hyped up so much that you never know what the news is going to be. And just like today, some people weren't blown away because we didn't hear anything about the million mile battery. He didn't even say million mile battery. But if you crunch the numbers, essentially this would be a million mile battery. He didn't talk about anything about like the virtual power plants, the vehicle to grid, anything like that. So that's why you should always be careful when you're trying to trade Tesla stock. I don't think it's a good way to play Tesla stock. I think Tesla stock is something that you just need to hold for at least 5 years, and you're going to be fine. And a lot of people. Andre Blake down $5,000, $15,000 today. Yeah, I just showed my portfolio. I was down. I forgot what it was. $7,000 on Tesla. $7,000 on Tesla, which I mean, I don't think it's that bad. So yeah, I'm down 7,000 on Tesla today. This is the one day. So, like I said, people that throw all your money in, like I don't know if some people threw all their money in a few days ago, waiting for the news to come out and expected the stock to skyrocket just to sell. It's just too dangerous. It's not a good not a good way to play Tesla stock, in my opinion. I don't know what this guy is. I don't know what Are you trying to say something over here? I don't see anything coming up. Yeah, Andre Blake. The news handed me my ass. Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, hold it for the long term. You're going to be a much happier person. Uh, just like the S&P 500, right? A lot of people were conjecturing about S&P 500, and look, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. The battery day, a lot the market didn't really appreciate it, and I expected something like this could happen. So, uh, like I said, I think you should just hold on to Tesla stock, and you'll be fine if you just hold it on for the long term. And a lot of people is like, don't put all your money in at once. This is why you don't put all your money in at once. If you put your money in, uh, on a few days ago, when it was, let me bring up this chart. So I mean, let's go down to like just a 1 month chart. This is a 1 month chart. Tesla, right? So that's why you should never put all your money in at one time, just hoping for a huge gain. Try to swing trade a volatile stock that so many people cover, so much news, so much hype, so much rumors on Tesla stock. It's just too volatile to try to do a swing trade and try to get the news right when it's like today. You just found out the news pretty much wiped beat your ass, right? So also, like I said, the S&P 500 that didn't pan out. So that's why if you bought Tesla stock like up here a few days ago at like $440, that's why you don't put all your money in at one time, because now I believe Tesla stock is going to go down to even lower, in the lower 300s tomorrow is what I'm thinking. At least 350, if not lower, over the next couple of days. And that is the opportunity that you could lower your cost basis if you didn't put all your money in at one time. So that's the way you should really be playing it. So let me scroll through some chats. Gilbert Kahn wants to ask about Tortoise, about Hyliion. I think it was down today, like everything else, pretty much all EVs. A lot of SPACs were down today, down 4.4%. It was up a little bit after hours. So what is it? I think the 28th is the vote, and so roughly probably the very next day or a couple of days after is when the official merger is going to happen. And so we'll see how high it goes. It's a lot higher right now than I expected it to be. So I'm hoping for it to be at least $50 to $60, but we'll see if it goes any higher. So definitely a hold for now. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's literally just like a few days away. So if you're in it, it's definitely a hold. I think it's too high to be buying anymore now. If you're not in it, I think it is a good short-term play to see if it will go any higher. It could very well go, who knows, maybe 75, $80. But I mean, I have no idea. I'm just throwing out numbers. So that's my thoughts about Tortoise, about Hyliion. Matt Legakos. I got in at 760 okay, before the split. Yeah, man, that is a good price point to get in. The last I paid was pre-split, and I paid $1,400. It was the last time that I personally bought Tesla stock. Yeah, and Andre Blake, that's the way to do it. And if you're going to hold it for at least 5 years, uh, preferably longer, you're going to be fine. Yeah, dollar cost average, buy the dips. That's the way to do it. You know, there's there's no way to you're gonna perfectly time it and buy it at the very bottom. So you're just better off buying the dip. SBE, yeah, switchback. Uh, yeah, I've been buying switchback. Let me see if I could bring up my portfolio. Let me stop sharing for a second before I log into my account. I'll show you my buys. I've been trying to clean up my portfolio because personally I think I'm just way too spread out. But it's always hard because when you're in these you just don't want to sell. I just never want to sell anything. But I did sell a lot of well, I sold some positions today and kind of doubled down on a lot of positions. Let me see. Let me see if I could show my portfolio without showing my account number. Just let me see. Maybe take a screenshot. All right, let me just take a screenshot of this. Sorry, let me just take a screenshot and then be able to share this with you guys. All right, let me see. Sorry. Oh. There we go. All right, yeah. So, uh, Vishal Vishal Singh asked about SEB switchback. So I've been purchasing switchback. So pretty much did a lot of selling today. Uh, I've been buying switchback energy. By buying a lot of the warrants. I've been buying the common stock. Um, Also buying a lot of green power motors, CCXX with multi-point. So that's what I've been buying. And so I am really increasing my position on SBE. Hopefully we get some news on if it is going to merge with ChargePoint. So that's what I've been buying. Let's see. Ken just deposited 500 today into Robinhood, ready to load up some shares on Workhorse. Yeah, Workhorse got a little discount on Workhorse today, right? Down 11% on Workhorse today. After hours, down another 3%. Expecting to hear some news about the USPS contract, hopefully by the end of this month. Karen Rossi, Workhorse, another spec play. Y'all like to gamble. Got in at $15, covering my position just in case there's a massive dip with contract news or lack thereof. Good company for long-term hold. Yeah, I agree. Long-term hold, they're going to be fine, even if they don't get the contract. But if they don't get that contract, yeah, I fully expect that stock to be down to like probably $10, $15 or something like that. But I do think that they probably will get at least 50% of that contract. Lopez Sammy could sure use another 50 shares. Karen Rossi and Workhorse dipping, lots of possible reasons. Last Friday was quad witching. Yeah, that's right. 2 follows Tesla. 3 spec play. Yeah, and I mean, probably a lot of people taking profits as well. I mean, some people have been in Workhorse since like the $4 or $5 range. But yeah, I mean, I think if it's down, it's a good buying opportunity. If you're in it, if you're in a company that you believe in, it's really easy just to buy on the dips, and that's that if you have a strong hand, that's what you do. Just buy on the dips. Price prediction on CCXX. I mean, I don't know. I don't follow it that close. Um, hasn't really performed well as far as other SPAC plays. What is still like what, $11 or something? Let me look it up real quick. CCXX $11.27. Let's see. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think this is something that the people at Wall Street are going to really like. It doesn't get a lot of attention from retail investors. It's not exciting EV sector. I mean, it's in insurance, so it's kind of like boring. A lot of retail investors don't get it, but the folks on Wall Street, they're going to really understand it. And so I think when this merges and more fund managers are able to get their hands on this, I think it will take off. So CCXX, they did have a date set already, I think. I forgot what the date was though. But I think it's like sometime in the first week of October is when they're going to merge. So if you're not in this one, this is a rock bottom price to get into this one, right? Because after, like I said, after this merges, a lot more fund managers are going to be able to get into this one. They're going to be able to put it in their funds, and Wall Street is going to get into this one because it just say, I mean, multi-point. It's multi-point, right? Multi-point is the company that they're or Multiplan is the company that they're going to merge with. They've been around for a while, and they've been saving insurance companies hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars year over year. So, they're in a market that Wall Street really understands. So I think after the merger, it's really going to take off. So that's my thoughts about CCXX. As far as a price projection, I'm not really sure. I'm that guy is asking about LCA, about Golden Nugget. Golden Nugget, let's see. I have a pretty good position on Golden Nugget. They just reported their uh, August numbers, and they're just killing it. Uh, Year over year, I think they're making over like 80% year over year for their revenue just in one state, just in New Jersey. So they're the biggest iGaming market, and their market cap, I believe, don't quote me on this, I forget what the numbers are. I think their market cap after the merger is supposed to be like something like 1 billion, something under 2 billion for sure. Comparing that to something like DraftKings, where the market cap is $19 billion, and DraftKings is not even profitable, whereas Golden Nugget Online Gaming, they're already profitable. They're making profit since 2016, and they're only operating in one state. Just imagine when they start expanding into more and more states. Also, they do offer sports betting as well, so you do get some of that exposure, and you're getting into, in my opinion, a much stronger company that has profits for a much cheaper market cap valuation. Market cap on DraftKings is like 19 billion. So, like I said, I think LCA is going to be massive. So that's my thoughts. K Visionary, been contemplating to selling my LCA. No, lock in profits and buy back in on a dip, but also the merger so close. Yeah, just my opinion. That's not a wise move. The merger. I think they had a date. I forgot what it was. I think it's like literally in the next couple of weeks. Um, let's see. Was there a date set? Uh, let's see. I thought there was a date out. Throw it in the chat if anybody knows, so I don't have to look this up real quick. Da, 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 da. Yeah, sometime in September, October. But I thought there was a date on the SEC. Let's see. Yeah, see, there it goes. Definitive 14A. There you go. 14A was filed. Let's see. Where's the date? Did I miss it? Did I miss a date? Do we have a date here? Yeah, on September 17th, Lancadia Holdings entered into a amended into a purchase agreement, entered on June 28th. I don't see a date. Okay, so yeah, I don't think there is a date. Right? Yeah. So there's not a date yet, but it's supposed to be anytime, probably by October, sometime in October, September or October. So this is just a definitive proxy. So no official date yet. Let's see. LCA share scares me because Fertitta owns both SCA and Gold Nugget. He took $300 million loan against Landry's restaurants. Yeah, so a lot of people are caught up on that, and that was from the very get go. And what I said about that is, look, he's making moves to save his restaurant business, and can you really fault him for that? I can't. So he took a $300 million loan, and basically it was like a high interest loan, and then he's merging LCA with Golden Nugget, so both companies that he owns, and that debt is going to be put on to Golden Nugget Online Gaming, and basically through this transaction, he's going to pocket about $30 million from this transaction. But you got to keep in mind, Golden Nugget Online Gaming is his bread and butter right now. It's the company that is making profits, that is growing, that is expanding, and so it's still his company, and he's still the CEO, and he's still the majority shareholder of Golden Nugget Online Gaming. So he's just making moves to save his other company, but at the end of the day, he's still going to make sure he has success in Golden Nugget. So I mean, it doesn't bother me at all that that's the deal that he did. Michael Alexander from GP is still holding strong. Yeah, I am buying more GP. So I've been buying today. It was down to like $13. I think he even touched into the $12. So that's what I've been buying a lot today. Nabil Jaffer, when is the UPS contract? I am expecting that it to be announced by the end of September, because the UPS contract needs to be awarded by the next year, by fiscal year for the USPS, which starts October 1st. So I'm expecting them to make some type of announcement by the end of this month. Brick Hunter, not exactly a checkmate if it's 3 years away. I'm guessing you're talking about Battery Day. So yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of folks were thinking, like they're gonna announce something, and like what, tomorrow they're gonna come out with $25,000 vehicle, and like the new battery is gonna be mass produced literally in the next day. So that's why I think Elon Musk like put out that tweet yesterday to tamper down expectations. They're like, calm down, guys. We're gonna present to you, our, next 3 to 5 years, 3 to 10 years of what we're gonna do, our roadmap. So I think a lot of people were expecting like this new battery to be out tomorrow, like mass produced tomorrow. So temper your expectations. Yeah. Green Power at $12.70. Absolutely. I have a pretty sizable position in Green Power now. Let me see. I could look up Green Power here. Yeah, so I'm up to 201 shares. About $2,500 in Green Power now. Green Power, Lopez Sammy. GP is Green Power Motors. I have a couple of videos out on Green Power if you don't know what it is. Right now, in my opinion, it is a fantastic price point. So you don't know about Green Power? Check it out, Green Power Motors. Check out my other videos. I have some videos about Green Power Motors. I read Green Power CEO purchased $500 worth of stock, and he paid. I talked about that. So yeah. So when Green Power Motors got listed on the Nasdaq, the listing price, I think it was $21 or $20, something like that. And the CEO, he had his company. I mean, he bought it through his company. I forgot what the company's name is. Some type of finance company. But he bought $500,000 worth of his own stock, and he paid the full price. He paid $20 per share. That is on the SEC filings, and I talked about it in one of my Green Power Motors video. So, hey, the CEO paid $20 per share, and you can literally get this stock for less than $13 a share right now. So, you tell me if that's a good discount. Andre Blake, what do you think about work sport? A couple thousand shares of that too. I didn't read much into work sport. The last I heard, it was like they were going to work with a EV manufacturer, truck manufacturer. That I don't think they announced it. Right? They never announced what that EV truck manufacturer is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But their biggest product was their solar bed cover for trucks. Essentially, it's a cover, but it's a solar powered, so you could put it in an EV truck in the future, and that way you could, it's a big bed, and usually the beds of a pickup truck is anywhere from like 5 to 6 feet. So that way you could have a solar cover that would charge the EV battery. Yeah, solar bed liner. But I never looked too much into work sport. Number one, because they never announced what OEM they were going to work with, and before I wanted to get into it, I would want to know that what OEM that is, and I don't see anything that's too proprietary about that. I feel like anybody could really make a solar bed liner. So that's why I was never too excited about work sport. But to be honest with you, I haven't really been following it. So that's just my superficial thoughts about work sport. Yeah, appreciate you guys joining me too. Give me a thumbs up, guys. I only have 84 likes in here. I have 620 people in here. So should have at least 600 likes, guys. Come on. Throw some likes my way. Tap the like button. DC Storytime, Rocket. I don't really follow Rocket. So I don't know much about Rocket. Sorry. Carter Arsenal says, "Can you imagine EV like Tesla are 25,000? There will be a huge need for charging stations everywhere. I'm looking into ChargePoint and trying to make an educated decision. Any thoughts, Sheen?" Yeah, I'm really excited about ChargePoint SBE. I've been buying SBE for the past few days. So here's my position. Is that on screen? Yeah, you can see it. So right now I have 113 shares of SBE and then 147 of the warrants. So, it was trading at what, $13.19 on the commons. So really like ChargePoint because they're absolutely the number one player in charging. So who knows if that rumor is true? Again, that's just a rumor. So I'm hoping that there's some type of announcement on this, so this stock can start go. Actually, I don't want it to go up because I still want to buy more. So I am hoping that within the next couple of weeks they will say something, but not until then, because I kind of want to buy some more. I want to buy some more of charge point, or not charge point, but switchback energy that hopefully is charge point. But that's the rumor. The reason why. So I've been following ChargePoint for a while because there was rumors that they were going to merge with sorry, what was it? HCAC, Hennessy Capital. But obviously that didn't happen. HCAC is actually now with Canoe. But that's why I bought HCAC. So that they were going to merge, but they decided they went with Canoe instead. So I'm kind of stuck in Canoe right now. But they're definitely the number one player as far as charging infrastructure. But know why I like them so much? Because they really target big companies, big fleets. Think about like electrifying, like what is it called, like IKEA, their fleets. Think about electrifying, working with Diamond Peak, Lordstown Motors. So that's the folks that they work with, big fleets where they come in and they set up charging stations for tens, if not hundreds, of vehicles at a time. So that's what they do a lot. So that's why I like ChargePoint. Also, comparing to Blink. So I was in Blink for a while, and then they got hit with that short seller report. And the short seller report, kind of was like saying that they're committing fraud, but I wouldn't go that far to say that they're committing fraud. The problem with that Blink had is they had like 4 or 5 business models, right? One of them was basically they own the charger. So they'll install it somewhere, and Blink, the company, owns that, and so they maintain it. They replace it if it's old. They completely own that. Then they have other business models where they'll kind of rent it, so they'll still own the actual charger, and then the company will pay pay a fee or pay whatever for that charger to be there. Then they had other business models where they don't own it at all. They basically, like, if you own the strip mall or you own some type of property, you would buy these Blink chargers, put it on your parking lot or put it somewhere on your property, and then now the Blink has nothing to do with those chargers. You as the owner, it's host owned, so you own it. You don't have to maintain it. You don't have to replace it. If it's broken, you don't have to do anything because it's your charger. You bought it from Blink. But the problem with that is the Blink logo is still on that charger. It still shows up on the Blink platform. So when people look up Blink on the App Store and they go and they say, "Oh, there's a Blink charger. Let me go to that Blink charger," and they pull up and that charger is broken. The charger is like outdated. It doesn't work. That looks very bad on Blink, but Blink can't do anything about it because they don't own that, and their business model basically is that the host owns that, and so that's what a lot of the problems that the short seller kind of pointed out. So technically, it's not Blink's fault. They don't own that. They don't own the charger, but that's why I really don't like about their business model. Cat loves dogs. Thank you for joining me. What are we thinking on Tesla's short term after today's extravaganza? I think it's going to fall tomorrow. It's going to fall probably into the low 300s, 350, something like that. So, like I said, I don't think the market understood, and not only that, it's just that it was just more long term. It's like people want things now. Everybody wants things now. They want the $25,000 Tesla vehicle now. They want the new battery in their vehicles now. They want everything now. So they want this Plaid Model S now. They don't want it in, what is it, end of 2021. They don't want it in 2021. They want it now. That's why the market, pretty much poo-pooed Tesla stock. And you think the people over there at Wall Street really appreciated what they're going to do with their batteries? You think they really appreciate how much cost savings they're going to have with doing dry battery electrode, with increasing the capacity of the battery and the size of the battery, the manufacturing of the battery? The folks at Wall Street don't really understand all that battery tech. All they know is all they heard was that we're not going to have this out in mass production until 2022. That's what Wall Street heard. And then when they talked about the Plaid powertrain on the Model S, all they heard was this is not going to be out until 2021, next year, at the end of the year. So that's why folks on Wall Street and traders, they're just very short-term focused, and that's why that the stock didn't do anything. Joshua Winslow, what's up? Selling the heck out of Tesla tomorrow. I hope you're selling for a profit at least. Don't sell for a loss, because if you just wait a little bit longer, I'm sure that loss will become profit. Card Arsenal says, I think HCAC is the biggest sleeper right now. Their Hyundai deal for using their proprietary skateboard is huge, and no one really reacted to it. Yeah, I agree. So Canoo, they actually have their own technology. They actually have their own skateboard, their own powertrain, their own battery that they produce themselves. That is a lot to be said, for any company right now in 2020, right? Not a lot of companies are making their own skateboards. I mean, I could probably name just a few offhand. Tesla, of course, Canoo, GM with their whatever there is, what is their skateboard called? GM skateboard with their, what is it? Their quantum battery. I forgot what it's called. Sorry. And the MEB platform from VW. So pretty much, I think that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably maybe one or two more, but pretty much those are all the skateboards that are available. So like people like Fisker, he's in a hunt for a skateboard for his vehicle. Otherwise, he's in big trouble. So that's a lot to be said for a company that has their own powertrain, their own battery, their own technology. So a lot of people are not really giving Canoo what I think they deserve, which is okay, because it's a good time to pick up some more shares, which I might do. But a lot of people are caught up in the Canoo, their subscription, right? Their subscription model. And I guess a lot of people just don't like that subscription model. They don't think subscription model is good for a vehicle, which I don't really have too big of thoughts on it. I mean, they also said that if the subscription model doesn't work, they'll scrap that and just go with the sale model. I mean, their business, look, guys, their business is not subscription model vehicles. That's what they're kind of coming out with, and that's what they presented. But it's not a big deal to change that and not do a subscription model and just basically just do sales of their vehicles. That's not a difficult thing. What you got to really look at is what technology do they have. They actually have their own powertrain, and that powertrain is going to be worth a lot of money. So I wouldn't discount Canoo like pretty much the rest of the market is doing. Just looking through the chat, you guys are chatting about what you guys are going to do with your Tesla stocks, I think. Tesla to 500 by mid next year, probably stable price. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with you. Math guy says I will set a limit order to buy Tesla at 300. If it gets down to that, set another buy at 250. That's a good plan. Man, if it gets to 250, geez, if it gets to 250, I might have to start buying, even though I'll have like over 6 figures right now. But if it goes under 250, that's just too tempting for me. Lordstown is Lordstown. So Lordstown doesn't have their own technology. Doesn't have anything of their own technology. So Lordstown's motors are coming from is it called Elphi Propulsions or Elphine? I forgot how you pronounce it. So Lordstown doesn't have their own proprietary technology at all. So so they do have the hub motors and they have independent suspension, but that is not Lordstown's technology. They pretty much outsource everything. They're trying to get to market as soon as possible, so that's why they're outsourcing everything. Skateboard, I've been hearing this in reference to EV. So Robert, skateboard is basically the powertrain, basically the battery, the motors. That's essentially what the skateboard is, and then basically the body is put on top of it. So really, the technology, the IP, and what's worth money is actually the skateboard, because anybody can make a body, the vehicle, the vehicle itself, the actual body that you see, but the technology, what's worth money is actually the skateboard, the powertrain, the motors, and the battery. That's where the money is. Yeah, the Lordstown Motors has exclusive deal with Elphi. So yeah, I don't know how long that deal lasts, though. I mean, realistically, I mean, if other people uh, want to use the Elphi propulsions, um, I don't see it not happening. So I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about how exclusive that deal is. Genuine Athletics, what's your anticipated sell price for Workhorse? Uh, it depends on what count. Like my cash account, I'm not interested in selling, only because I don't want to pay the taxes on it. And so I'm willing to hold Workhorse for like 2 years. So I'm willing to hold on to it and not pay more taxes than I need to. But in my tax deferred accounts, I may sell out if it doubles or triples. I may sell out and probably just put that in something else. Card Arsenal says the beauty of skateboard is you can put any body style on it. Canoe will take advantage of this in the future. Yeah, so I mean they're already planning to do, I believe, a sports car on top of the same skateboard that they have already. So yeah. Any idea when green power should start getting some traction? It's been beat up. How long to go? So not under $13. Uh, Probably not until they report some more numbers. I think. Um, just the news on it has kind of dried up. They had their capital raise where they raised $37 million. So uh, they're in a much stronger position now. They have $37 million in cash, and they're going to ramp up their production to double by the end of this year. So to get it at $13, is a steal. It's a bargain, in my opinion. Yeah. Also, Lordstown, like Sunny says, has the backing of the current party. So I think that is a strong sign. All right, guys. I think we're about an hour and 20 minutes. So appreciate all the likes. Got 126 likes, but I have 738 viewers. So give me some more likes. Really helps out the channel. Thank you for joining me today. Talked about, a lot about the Tesla. A lot of people were kind of disappointed about the news. A lot of folks think that that we're going to get something like immediately, but I guess it didn't happen. A lot of people are wanting something to come out like tomorrow. Thanks for the super sticker, Sunny. Really appreciate it. Helps out the channel. Picked up 100 GP. Cool. Yeah, I picked up. I don't know how many shares today, but I was buying when it was in the 13 and dipped down into $12. So I bought some Green Power Motors as well. Frank, I talked about this earlier. Switch back, hoping for some news soon about Charge Point. Have a sizable position in there right now. Iman, thanks for the super sticker. Appreciate that. Really helps out the channel. So cool. You guys have any more questions? Just throw it up, and I'll see if I can answer it. Otherwise, we're gonna wrap it up. We're over an hour and 22 minutes. Does Earth have enough nickel to sustain long-term EV future? Yeah, I mean, I think they talked about it today. That well, not nickel, but lithium. There's enough lithium just in Nevada to support all the vehicles that they need in the United States. But as far as nickel, I'm not sure. Chris Tyler, could Tesla stock jump back up to 450 by the end of the year? Yeah, I mean, I think it could with if their Q3 numbers are massive, which I think they will be, and also if they get S&P 500 inclusion by the end of this year. So really, those are the two things. That's really the only two things that can propel it is Q3 numbers for their sales. I think traditionally Q3 numbers are really strong, and that's also why one of the reasons why Elon Musk is not going to hype up their next generation battery. They're not going to hype up their next vehicles or anything like that, because if they do, people are going to stop buying. They're just going to wait for the next thing. So he still has to be sensitive about their current numbers. So Q3 numbers I think are going to be traditionally high, and so also keep in mind, just because they didn't get S&P 500 inclusion this time does not mean that they're not going to get it in the future. And so if they get it, if they're included by the end of this year, that's the only way that I could see Tesla up to 450 again. But short of that, I think we're going to have a correction on Tesla stock. And I've been saying this before. After Battery Day, I didn't expect to be this fast after Battery Day, but I think there's going to be a correction, and that's what we're seeing right now, correction in Tesla stock. Semi Lopez, thanks for the super sticker, man. Appreciate it. Really helps out the channel. Be on the lookout for Q3 13FS. This will clue us in on what the big boys are doing. What do you mean 13FS? Yeah, Elon did not mention charge times for the new batteries. The new batteries produce way less heat, so expected charge times to be, for newer vehicles to be substantially faster. Yeah, I mean, charge times are going to be substantially faster. The weight of the vehicle is going to be lower because you're going to have less battery cells with higher energy density in the vehicle, so it's going to weigh less. So the vehicle is going to be faster. Charge time is going to be faster. But like I said, he's not going to say all of this. He's not going to. He's not going to. 13F is the. Oh, okay, gotcha. He's not gonna. He's not gonna. You know, try to blow everything out of the water, because again, people are not going to buy their current vehicles if he doesn't downplay some of the news. So, but yeah, definitely you're going to have faster charge times with the new battery, less heat. So, yep, cool guys. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for joining me. Give me a thumbs up on the way out. Got 147 likes. Really appreciate it. 751 viewers right now. So I think that's probably a record. 756 viewers. So it's probably a record. So really appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up on your way out. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet already. And catch you in the next one. Have an awesome night. Again, I think the Tesla stock is going to be down tomorrow. So good time to get in, lower your cost basis, and just hold on for the long haul. Have a good night, guys. Peace.